BenQ GW2785TC Review. The BenQ GW2785TC is a practical monitor with abundant features for business, labor, and daily use. It is an excellent selection for remote work setups because of its advantageous extras. Yet it is still an office screen since it does not bear exclusive functions including HDR or swift refresh rates. It is somewhat more costly than your traditional 1080p presentation because of the annexed gear, so let's investigate it to discern if it justifies the money. The BenQ GW2785TC has an unpretentious appearance that makes it seem like a conventional office monitor. Its matte black finish is resilient to scratches and smears for continued tidiness. The monitor's three-sided bezel-free format ensures it looks spick and span, but there are still internal frames that become visible when used. It isn't a large screen, but its judicious stand uses up in excess of 9 inches of width from your work area. Despite being rather hefty for an office display at 17.2 pounds, it is still effortless to move around, particularly with its carry strap. The construction is excellent, just like its more expensive variations from the same manufacturer. The plastics are heavy and reliable, in addition to there being no aesthetic flaws in any of its elements. The integrated stand is secure and solid so the display will not quiver or droop while you are working. The initial downside we spotted in the BenQ GW2785TC is its OSD buttons rather than a user-friendly joystick. The keys are situated beneath the lower bezel on the right side, making them quickly within arm's reach. Nevertheless, there are numerous controls there, so it can be bewildering and sluggish for most customers. The component enclosed in the package provides inclining, rotating, pivoting, and elevation modifications for your contentment and ease. It is critical to have an ergonomic holder for commercial monitors so that you can promptly attain a decorous viewing angle for those extended periods. You can furthermore substitute it with a VESA mount, though that only becomes mandatory if you have more screens on your table. The BenQ GW2785TC is comprised of a spot for DisplayPort 1.2 as well as HDMI 1.4, and also a 60-watt USB-C spot with DP Alt mode. Additionally, it has a DisplayPort out slot with MST, permitting you to chain a second monitor and reduce part of the cable snag. It comes with a 3.5mm jack, however, we felt that its deficiency of usual USB ports for peripherals was anomalous. Alongside its 2-watt speakers, what sets the GW2785TC apart is its built-in noise-canceling mics. This blending makes it appropriate for remote work, although a webcam still needs to be acquired separately. Getting the integrated mic though at least mitigates the need for further expenditure when you are setting up your home office. The BenQ GW2785TC gives a 27-inch IPS display with a 1920 by 1080 resolution, a 75 Hz renewal rate, and a 5 milliseconds response time. The backlight has an intensity rating of 250 CD/M2, whereas its contrast is rationed at 1000 to 1 like most IPS screens. 1080p monitors of larger sizes have lost favor due to their low pixel density, which is not desirable for games and films. Nonetheless, the contention is not as principal an issue as various statements assert, since the screen still appears satisfactory for many usages. Owing to its small PPI, it is more comfortable on the eyes while reading or computing in length. Thus people laboring over long periods will suffer less eye tension. The BenQ GW2785TC conveys 98% sRGB coverage, which is not the broadest but good for everyday utilization. Its IPS panel carries an additional 75 Hz, lending a slight hand to its constricted pixel reaction time. Still, it is not comparable to the Mobius models in this area, so we advise having a go at its AMA element if rigorous games are what you are after. Keep in mind that using its highest level will do little to advance things and will bring about ghosting. The BenQ GW2785TC lacks FreeSync and G-Sync compatibility, which can be seen in many business schemes out there. It doesn't cost any money, so it should have been included. However, brands are determined to separate gaming and commercial models. Input lag at 75 Hz is 9 milliseconds, sufficient for any use and still swift and reactive.